allergic to the dogs, but I take my pills and it seems to cover it. Hello, my name's Hayley Patrick and this is my rescue, Norfolk Greyhound rescue. Richard and I met at school and our lives were totally different before we ever did all of this, just ordinary plod along lives, nothing like this. We've been together for about 26 years, 27 years, and we do this together. I do more of the admin side, but we decided we were going to get a dog probably about 14, 15 years ago. Didn't jump into it, not something that we rushed into. We made sure that we were going to choose the right dog. Has to be the right dog for the family, right dog for us. We didn't really want a dog that was going to take up a lot of our time walking and stuff. So we knew we didn't want a Labrador or a Spaniel. We knew 100% we were going to rescue. Richard desperately wanted a Greyhound, and at that time, I didn't like Greyhounds at all. They weren't for me. But we put a lot of thought into it. We done our research, as everybody should do when they get a dog. Once you've got the dog, you love them. Do you know what I mean? Like I didn't particularly want Sadie because Richard had fallen in love with Sadie very quickly after losing one of our Greyhounds. So I wasn't ready to sort of have another dog. But once they're in your home, you love them, don't you? But great. If you'd have said to me, 10, 20 years ago, longer than 10, but 20 years ago, you'd have a Greyhound. There's no way I'd have said I was going to have a Greyhound. They're just ugly dogs. But they're not ugly dogs, they're lovely dogs, and I love them dearly. They're all lovely. And when we got our Billy, who sadly we don't have anymore, as I've said, as soon as he came into the house, he was just an ordinary black Greyhound, hundreds of which I've seen before. But I knew Billy wasn't going to go anywhere except stay with me, and I can't tell you why. We deal with some trainers that we've taken dogs from in Ireland, but I've never met said trainers. We try not to deal with anyone who is within the racing industry. Our rescues in Ireland have to deal with them because that's, sadly where the dogs come from. But we are more at the fluffy end. We don't deal with them. We don't want to deal with them because, I've got my opinion. Oh, Billy. I loved Billy. I really miss him. Yeah, he was a cracking dog. He was a pain in the bum, but he was a lovely boy. We had him for 5 years, and he was just people say, like, you get your heart's dog, and he was mine. He was everything. He was a bit more precious than my kids even, if you like, do you know what I mean? Which is, some people criticise me for saying that, but he was a great dog and I loved him very much. And when he came, he was 8 when we got him and he was 13 and a half when we lost him. And he came one Christmas and he was a pain in the arse. I mean, he was a soul of a dog. He really was. But he was just... I can't even put it into words because he was just so lovely. I just loved him. And I miss him really, really so much. So we raise the money for the charity by doing things like we have auctions, we have events that we hold. So we go to like a lot of the country fairs and that kind of thing. Obviously we have the adoption fees which come in for the dogs. We probably make maybe £20-25 out of the adoption fee. We make a little bit more if it's gift aided, so for every £100 we get 25% back from the government. We may, if people can gift aid it, we get a little bit of money back from that. Our life before we did this was just normal and boring, and now it's not normal and boring, and it takes up every waking hour of our day, and you do have to love it to want to do it. It's not something you can do and just think, oh well, I'll just do that, for a couple of hours a day. It does take up your whole world, but we love doing it, so that's why we do it. We don't get paid and we do love doing it. Yeah.